that there's something bigger. There's something that is greater in our lives. And when we connect to it, we allow it to take us where we were intended to go when we signed up for this whole visit in the first place, called our incarnation into being a human form for this little parentheses in eternity. Just a little parentheses in eternity. I have one of my very favorite observations of this subject about inspiration from a story written about a man named Wolfgang Amadeus, what? Mozart, of course. It's from an essay, Where Madness is Psyche's Only Nurse, it's called. It seems a would-be composer came to Mozart seeking his advice. How do I write symphonies, he asked. Mozart replied, well, you're young yet. I think you should begin by composing minuets. The young man was greatly annoyed and exclaimed, but you were writing symphonies when you were only 9 years old. Yes, Mozart responded, but I didn't ask anyone how to do it. Now, the writer of this essay goes on to say that the most agonizing thing about this little Mozart story is that Mozart was not speaking from inflation, but from simple, truthful modesty. The reason Mozart didn't have to ask anyone how to write symphonies is that symphonies presented themselves to him, invented, enlarged, produced all at once in what he described as lively dreams. Dreams that were so forceful that Mozart had to stop doing what he was doing, otherwise, and write out what he heard, almost as if something beyond Mozart's consciousness desired these symphonies to be written, to be written, to be written. That is very, very powerful teaching. That these great symphonies that Mozart wrote presented themselves to him, and he couldn't stop it. Do you know, you don't have to be a Mozart to be in spirit. You can find your calling by just being willing to listen, by just being willing to be someone who knows that it may not be in the writing of a symphony that you're called to. It could be anything. It could be the adoption of a child. It could be the creation of something that you've known you wanted to write for your whole life. It could be opening up a business. It could be raising horses out in Montana. It could be anything that you are called to do. So that the awareness that I'm asking you to look at is that there is something that is calling you. And when an idea gets a hold of you, you get into this place of surrender, where you let go. In the recovery movement, we've always called this, you let go and what? And you let God. You allow this great spirit to be something that infuses you in such a way that it becomes this thing bigger than your life, that propels you into directions that you're willing to listen to. I'd like you to imagine a ladder. And this ladder has 10 rungs on it, from the floor all the way up to the top of the ladder. And at the top of the ladder is the highest rung. And at the top of the ladder are the words, "This is my desire," and it's aligned with spirit. Again, this is my desire, and it's aligned with spirit. So what is your desire? My desire is to manifest abundance into my life, perfectly aligned. We came from an abundant source. My desire is to feel a sense of well-being in my body at all times, perfectly aligned. My desire is to have divine spiritual relationships in my life. My desire is to get the job that I am working towards getting. My desire is to live in a place where I feel most peaceful and most loving. My desire is, whatever it is, it doesn't make any difference. It's the 10th rung. It's the highest rung. It is your spirit aligned with your desire. All right? So here it is. It's right up here. Now you have to ask yourself the question, what is it that I offer up to this 10th rung desire? All right? A 10th rung has to have, in order for it to manifest and show up in your life, it has to have thoughts, feelings, and behaviors that match up to that. And if they don't match up, you get out of harmony. See, thoughts are energy. Like everything in the universe, it's energy. Einstein said that nothing happens until something moves. It's all about movement. It's all about energy. And every thought that we have has an energy component to it. We can measure our thoughts and how they impact us, whether they strengthen us or weaken us at any time in our lives. And the mistake that most of us make is that we attract what we don't want because our thoughts are on what we don't want. Or we continue to attract what's missing in our life. We're not at number 10, we're at about number 3. And what are some of these on these lower rungs? It probably won't happen. It's very difficult. These kinds of things have never happened for me before. I don't have this kind of luck. We've got the wrong people in the White House. The economy is bad. I don't have the ability to make it happen. I don't really believe it's possible. It's about what kind of energies we have within ourselves that we offer to what our desires that are aligned with Spirit in order for them to manifest. And every thought, if you have a second wrong thought that it probably won't happen, it's not likely, it's never happened before, it's just not the way it works for me, it's always been missing. As long as you think like that, and you're in a universe that operates on this law of attraction, you will continue to attract it. A man named Albert Einstein, who I've spoken about before, theory of relativity in a bowl of soup. This is a lot of hair, remember? One of his most important observations was this. He said, every single person in the universe has to make the most important decision of their life, which is, do I live in a friendly universe or do I live in a hostile universe? That's it. Now, if you believe that you live in a friendly universe, then you will begin looking for a universe that cooperates with you in order to manifest what it is that you want to bring into your life. You'll be looking for evidence that what it is that you are seeking is coming towards you. If you believe you live in an unfriendly, hostile universe, you will take a different position.